What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go over some of my trades that I had on Friday, February 1st. And feel free to comment, leave suggestions on you think I could have done better in these trades. And I know there's plenty of things, and we're going to go over some of them here. Alright, so the first trade I took was at 10:03 a.m. That was on this trade, CRON here. And by the way, guys, a little background information about Friday morning. So normally I wake up and get on the markets by around 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 or 8, and I pick out the stocks that I want to trade, or I already have an idea of the stocks I want to trade, and I write them down on little sheets of paper like this, so one sheet of paper for each stock, and it'll have basically just a hypothesis or a thesis on what I think, on a thesis on what I believe will be good entry points and exit points for that particular stock based on levels of support and resistance and how the price action has been moving, or based upon how it moves out of the open. So for each stock, I'll review it in pre-market, and I will watch the pre-market hours. The pre-market price action. So if we go to a 5-minute chart, we can see on CRON on February 1st. This was Friday. I would have been coming into the market watching this, like looking at, so this is the day before's price action. I would be watching this area here, and I would be setting off resistance and support areas for pre-market. So you want to focus, from what I've learned, you want to really, the main pre-market is this is post-market, this is pre-market open. The real institutional and the big trades occur mostly at 8 o'clock, even though I think it varies in stock to stock on where they're traded on when they open. But typically, I think it's like 4 in the morning, I guess, for this one. But the real trading happens at 8. Alright, you can trade it earlier, but you want to watch the action around 8 o'clock a.m. So we got the level here and the level here. So, but this isn't really channeling that much, so you won't really be, it's not really, I mean, it is to an extent. You can see it broke out of this channel, pre-market, and rode this channel, the top of the channel, and if you would have told yourself, okay, if you would have noticed that, and you could have used this channel, this line right here is now a support level, and set your stop loss below that support level, because you never want to set your stop loss right on support. You want to give it a little room, and you want to wait for it to actually show you that it's going to break down under support before you cut your losses. So you would have set your stop loss. The perfect one here would have been the 50 EMA, exponential moving average, and that would be a good stop loss for that trade. But my trade, I wasn't really thinking about that. We can go over that in more detail here in a minute. My trades, actually, I was watching I had written down, instead of what I normally have, like I said, I'm trying to pay my rent money. I'm paper trading, day trading, but I still have $1,000 in a Robinhood account. So I took some positions actually Thursday night on, we'll just go over this. So I didn't really set up a pre-market watch list. That's what I normally would have done if I was actually watching CRON. I just hopped in on CRON without having a game plan that on Friday morning, so I wasn't actually watching any of these pre-market levels, but that was just to show, I guess, what I would normally be trying to do. And normally when I do set up these levels, you can see how well this could have played out if I had that hypothesis in my mind, how it broke that resistance level and turned in support and ran. That doesn't mean I would have executed it, because thinking it and then executing it and seeing it in the moment are two completely different things. And that's just part of the struggle here that we're trying to overcome, is being able to bring everything that you're learning together. And that's why I'm paper trading, because it just takes practice. I mean, and nothing's guaranteed. We'll see. But yeah, looking back on that, you can see it's nice support here. Anyhow, so that morning I had on my hypothesis written down here, I had the overall market, what I would think it would do, because we're at a key level kind of here in the overall market standing. I use the SPY. Sorry. I use the SPY. And guys, I'm sorry about the editing here. If anything this gets boring, just skip through or whatever. Just don't even watch it if you want. But I can't edit everything out. So here's the SPY. We're at a key level here, and I mean we're breaking through this. You can see, I mean, we have a support line here, 265. We're bull flag. We were trying to break out here for a number of days. Never could break that level. Finally, on Wednesday, we broke through and closed above this resistance level that and you can see the next day we shot up because we closed above. The next day we opened up at the same level, and then with a split candle, so from that price we just shot straight up, and we tested the support level, and we never even made it all the way back down to it. So you can verify that as support now. And now, so that's where we sat Friday morning coming into Friday. So, and then, but I mean, we just basically, the stock market just crashed down recently. We're all the way back up here. This looks like CRON almost, how we went over before, how there's just so much support here, and it's barely pulling back. It's shooting straight up, guys. Yeah, that's the kind of stocks that you want to be into, but not right now, really. I mean, we missed the mean of move. You can still, it's likely to keep pushing higher just because of the action that it's shown us now, and it's just turned that resistance into support. But after it does break a little higher, it's due for a pullback. If not, Monday morning, if it doesn't come retest this and break through or shoot up. Nobody knows. Yeah, I can sit here and tell you, that's what I've been saying. People, the SPY broke through here. I think it's either going to go up, go down, or go sideways from here. Well, no shit. But yeah, that's the truth. We don't know. So it's all hypothesis, guys. So yeah, I was watching that level, so I had that written down, and I took some swing positions on NVDA. If we go over to NVDA, alright guys, so looking at NVDA, looking at the 1 year, so it was gapping down. It had gapped down on what day was this? Thursday, Friday. It was gapping down on Monday morning. This was on, I think they came out with a press release on guidance that they weren't expecting as much earnings this quarter or something. So it gapped down significantly. I'm not sure how much it gapped down. 19%. So guys, that's a huge gap. No, from what I've read, when it starts gapping down that much on the first day, you want to be looking for a continuation, a panic continuation. So as you can see, it gapped down. It pushed down, came back up. So people probably got squeezed out that day. Next day, it did continue, and then it bounced on this day. And I went long right here with some options positions. If you don't know about options, they're a way to make money with less capital. You're basically buying contracts, so you only pay a percentage of the cost of owning the actual shares. So they're a way to make a lot of money if you don't, without much. They're also a way to easily lose the money that you do buy the option with. They're dangerous. They're not smart. I shouldn't be using them personally myself right now, but I did because I'm scrambling for rent money, as you guys know. So I got 2 calls for NVDA on this day, and my thought process behind that was it was the earnings for Apple had just come out, and they just skyrocketed in Facebook earnings, and their earnings, and I think there was another one, I don't remember, but basically they're just technology earnings, they're just doing really well because they're so beat down. It basically is what it comes down to. So basically the stocks are just going up on their earnings, even though they're not that good because the stocks are so beat down on the year. So they have nowhere to go but up. Somewhat. Kind of what it comes down to. Anyhow, but so you can see it had a really good day on Thursday, and I actually sold one of the positions here at around 144. I could have gotten a lot more, obviously, if I held through Friday up to 147. So that would have been a good where I should have sold it, as it lost support, and it really had a ton of support on this day. I had no reason to sell. I mean, you can see the chart. It just would not stop. I should have held. It bounced off the B-flap super hard and just held the position into the close. So this shouldn't have scared me on a swing position. It was riding the 9 EMA the whole way. This is a 5-minute chart too. I mean, that's impressive. Normally, it'll be riding the 20 EMA on a 5-minute chart. And guys, if you guys don't know about technical indicators, there's tons of people out there that'll teach you about them. I recommend Connor Polifrone, Boiler Room Trading. I recommend him he's got all the videos out there that you would need on technical indicators. That's where I got mine from. So mine are very similar to his. There's no need of me trying to do things that I know I've already been taught. I can just tell you we're learning better. So anyhow, so I sold out of one of my options, I think, into strength right here. So yeah, I was watching these stocks, and but I was also skipping around, so I didn't have, like I said before, I didn't have things written down like I normally do for pre-market, but I was trading stocks nonetheless. So if we go over to CRON, we already looked at the daily chart before. Let's go to a reminder. See, this is the one that's shooting straight up. It's called a parabolic move. It's unsustainable. You can see it's pulled back a lot, but I mean, I think I hope it shoots higher, honestly, because I have a position in CGC like an idiot. Anyhow, it's a different story. It's another swing trade that I have right now in CGC. I sold it. We'll talk about that later. Anyhow, so let's get into the CRON trade for Friday morning. Let's go with the 5-minute for now. You can see the pre-market. All right, we already went over that pre-market level that I said we could have hypothesized pre-market, but I did not because I was preoccupied with watching other things. But that's the other thing, guys. You can't watch everything. So let's show my trades. I got in at 10:03 a.m. So let's go to show trades. Alright, so I got in long 200 shares. Alright guys, I'm going to have to end the video there for now because I'm on a time constraint because I'm using free software. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of my trades on the next video. So if you've watched this long, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more trials and tribulations and mostly probably failures on shrimp trading. So yeah, see you next time.